Did you hear the one about the Big Brother contestant who tried to do stand-up comedy? We're about to. Telling funny stories down the pub and jokes to friends is one thing, but in front of a load of strangers... Luckily, help is at hand. Katie Schute teaches and performs improvised comedy. She also is a stand-up comedian and comedy compere. Hello Katie, how are you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you. How are you?
Good, yeah, I'm very well. A little bit hurried because I'm always late, you see. I want to find out all about comedy. What makes a good comedian?
Well, everyone's different, I think. Yeah. So I think if you rely on material that makes you laugh rather than trying to fit it to something that the audience might like, you'll find your audience. So I think you can't really put it down to confidence or not confidence, because you look at people like Lee Evans and he builds his whole act on being petrified. Yeah. Or you look at Jimmy Carr and he's super confident. So like you find your own character, exaggerate your own character to make a good comedian.
What kind of skills do I need to develop?
I think the skills you need for stand-up are a bit like confidence, but also to be able to adapt, because all your audiences are going to be different. You might try the same material one night at, Club A, and it'll go down a storm and you'll get a brilliant reception. If you do exactly the same stuff up the road, a different night, different audience, you might just die. So you have to feel the energy of the room and your material and yourself fit there.
How do you deal with hecklers?
Well, hecklers, Eddie Izzard said, say the first thing that comes into your head, and that's a really, really good tip. So as long as you don't get shocked or fazed by it, and then you just go with whatever's in your mind, even if it's quite rubbish at the time, because you're quick, people will go with that, and they'll appreciate that you're not scared by it. Like if someone heckles, you go, yes, fantastic, and they've basically given you a gift. They've given you something that you can work with. So if you start regarding it with that positive attitude. So
good prep and making sure that I don't get thrown.
And in the end, you've got the mic.
Okay.
So that'll help as well.
How can I get into doing comedy?
There's loads of classes and workshops and stuff. We've got an improv course, and the skills you'll get are, learning to listen, to agree with other people's ideas and things like that, and to commit to your ideas. If you're on stage and you look like you think your material's rubbish, if you look like you're full of self-doubt, then the audience is going to feel that and feel really uncomfortable for you. Not in a negative way, but in, they can't enjoy it, they can't relax if they think you look like... So, it'll help you with that. Yeah. And also if you feel like you dry up doing stand-up on stage, you know that there's another place you can come from, you don't have to rely on your script if you've forgotten it,
Okay, and how do I get into a course?
I'll let you in.
You'll let me in?
Sneak you in through the back door.
What's this high and wobbles uncontrollably? Me trying to do comedy for the first time. It's all very well telling me to say the first thing that comes into my mind, but what if nothing does? So I'm off to attend the 2 days of improv workshops Katie has invited me to, which she runs with the Mayday players in Brighton. But will it help me conquer my fear of hecklers? There's a sneak in my pocket! The course covers role play, a bit of acting, creative gameplay, but most importantly, thinking on my feet. We've been learning all kinds of things which start off with interaction, making noises between people.
Okay, so you're a knackered fridge freezer again.
Oh, I'm having a hot flash. Oh, I'm having a hot flash. Oh,
I think the first thing that I'm going to learn to be able to apply it to a stand-up routine will be the confidence to be able to improvise characters better and to use characters better in my routine. So here we have the new Android, and as you can see it's very human-like and is capable of making both hear. If I'm not quite sure the way something's going, I'll be able to figure out a way around it, digress and come back with more confidence than if I was to perhaps not have learned these skills and be stuck to a script. You do know that this is the actual dungeon where Lady Morley Smith was executed.
So he's learned some useful tools for his stand-up set, in that he can be more relaxed. He's learned, to be more confident with other people. And the listening skills from improv are great for an audience.
Certainly for me, what I've learned is how much, firstly, I've got to learn, and also how much one can become creative if they need to be. And when you're put on the spot, you just have to come up with something and perform.
I do think he has a natural flair. I think he's got a good idea about what he finds funny, about what works.
What we do is we take the money off you. We don't give you money. We're not a charity, you know.
The only things he needs to work on really are just believing in himself. Everyone gets that voice in their head telling them that they're rubbish, and you just have to put that to one side and go forward quite confidently.
Come on, Snake, come to Daddy. Come on, Snake, come to Daddy.
No idea is a bad idea. Just the more you commit to it, the more you believe in it, the better it's going to work, the funnier it's going to be.
Writing my own comedy script, certainly this improvisation helps, because this way I can then think about characters who I've seen and exaggerate their personality and exaggerate a situation. Look at the way that the wings on it have feathers that have less spots than most other times. What do you get when you cross Eugene Sully with an improvisation class? Someone who can think on their feet whilst trembling inside. I feel a lot more confident about getting up on stage. Now I just need a few jokes. Part of the challenge is to write my own script, as all comedians do these days. Yeah, I'll never believe that in a million years, but it happened. I've taken Katie's advice and I've been writing about things that make me laugh and my experiences. Now it's time to put them to the test in front of a real comedian. Stephen Grant is a successful comic. He's been performing for 10 years and runs and compares the hugely popular Crater Club at the Comedian in Brighton. He has warmed up audiences on National Lottery's In It to Win It, the Kamars at number 42 and Harry Hill's TV Burp. I wonder if he's going to warm to my attempt at wit.
I got into comedy in 1997. It was a New Year's resolution. I told myself that I would give stand-up comedy a go because it looked like fun and it looked tricky as well, and I liked the idea of a challenge. It was a hobby, and then it turned into a part-time occupation, then it turned into a full-time occupation, and now it's just an obsessive career.
It's amazing what people watch nowadays on the televisions. You've got soaps, dramas, documentaries. The thing is that with so many TV channels available, no one wants to pay for actors anymore, so they put on rubbish like Big Brother.
Well done. People will be interested in Big Brother,
yeah.
So it's good that you mention it. Obviously you don't want to talk about it hugely because then you're just regaling stories, but think about what they think about you as well. The best advice I give to a new act starting out is, first and foremost, don't have any preconceptions. The thing about comedy is it's got to come from within you. You're not having other people write your jokes, you're not having other people perform your jokes, you write for yourself, it's got to come from you. It's got to make yourself funny. Don't think, oh, what's going to make everyone else laugh. Think about what makes you laugh and how you can get that message across.
Why is the coffee machine turned off? Well, is there some law saying that you're not allowed to serve coffee after 10 o'clock because people might be too hyper when they come out the pub? Now, the problem with learning to fly is, as well as learning the protocol and the techniques of flying, you also have to learn to be in the clique. And this all started when I went for my CAA medical test.